See, nothing is nothing. Nothing is not darkness. Nothing is not sleep. Nothing is the absence of everything. If you're thinking about nothing and you just close your eyes, think of nothing, you can't. You're still thinking of something. There's a thought in your mind. That's something. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم نويت التعلم والتعليم والتذكر والتذكير والنفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم والدعاء إلى الهدى ودلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى. As for the names, the three next names, which we will all do together because they have very similar meanings, not the same meaning however, very similar meanings but not the same. Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari Al Musawwir. Al-Khaliq means the creator. Al-Bari means the originator or the producer. And Al Musawwir means the shaper or the fashioner. See, these all have very similar names, very similar meanings. And one might think, they all refer to the same thing. There are different ways of saying the same thing. No, they're not. They're very, very minute differences. The example we will explain is this. In order for a person to create a house, here's an example. In order for a person to create a house, first they need to get a blueprint. They can't just immediately start building something. You have to get a blueprint, get the exact order. You're going to place these specific material around this perimeter. You're going to dig the stone this deep. You're going to put the concrete here. You're going to get a big stone concrete pillar here. You're going to place it here, 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 here. You're going to place the wooden beams for support inside the walls in these places, the crutches here. You're going to put the walls up like this. You're going to put the bricks in this way. You're going to use this kind of brick instead of this kind of brick. You're going to use this kind of concrete and this level of wetness in the concrete. You're going to use this, and then you're going to design the rooms this way. You're going to design the exact architecture of the place this way. You're going to put the ceiling in this way. The ceiling is going to be this high, and the rooms are going to be this long, and the door is going to be placed here. So you're going to dig a hole. You're going to not put walls, bricks in a place where the door has to be. You have to put this, and then you have to get room for sewage to go to the restroom. You have to get the electrical wiring put in place. You have to plan for that to be put there. You have to put all these things and process into creating something just so you can create it. You haven't even started doing anything. The architectural planning happens before, and it is an intricate structure. This planning and putting into place before things have even been created is creating. That's creating. Creating is not just bringing something from nothing into existence. It's bringing something from nothing into existence in a specific way, in a form, in a manner that harmonizes everything together. Then you have to get the equipment. You have to go to the mines and you have to dig some rock. You have to get some equipment and you have to make cement. You have to make the cement and you have to pour the cement into places, and you have to get the bricks and you have to make the bricks, and you have to heat the bricks to make the bricks hard, and you have to get all your wood. You have to go cut down the trees, and you have to go cut down this and that, and you have to cut the wood in a specific way. You have to test that the wood is correctly. You have to get the electrical wiring done. You have to mine metal so you can make copper, so you can make the wires, you have to get petrol, and you have to process that petrol so you can make plastic, so you can cover the wire. You have all these different materials. They have a original version where they're not that material and they're made into that material. That is origination. You take something that was not there was no concrete, you get the equipment for cement and you make cement. That's origination. There was no wooden beam. You go cut a tree and you make a wooden beam. That's origination. And then on the last level, last place, you shape it. Right? You put that plan into place. Not only do you put that plan into place, you give it a form. You give everything a specific place, a specific mission and an objective and a specific shape, a fashion in which they do something. You paint the walls black, or you paint them gray, or you paint them white. Right? You get specifically dark wood, not a light colored wood. You get light switches that are in this shape rather than in this shape. You get a door that looks like this instead of that, like that. You get this that looks like this instead of this. You build a whole house, and then at the very end of the house, you put decorations inside, you clean the walls, you choose, are you going to put wood on the floor of the house, or is it just gonna be stone? Right? You choose all these things. Are you gonna put carpet? What kind of carpet are you gonna put? What color is the carpet gonna be? You put all these are all extra decorations on top, and you shape and you fashion the house. The first thing I explained there, where you plan everything out and everything works harmoniously, that's Al-Khaliq, the creator. Allahu khaliqu kulli shay. When the Quran says Allah is the creator of everything, it doesn't just mean He brings things from nothing to existence, adam to wujud. No. It means Allah creates things in an intricate order, in an intricate design, a design that is so incredibly blueprinted and designed and organized. Everything works together. Nothing is missing. No piece works in a way that is useless. No piece is in its wrong place. It's like a gigantic house of cards. If a single card is a single millimeter in the wrong place, everything falls. That placing those cards in the correct places, that's Al-Khaliq. Not only does He create, He creates them in a specific way, in an order. Then Allah has the name Al-Bari. He originates all of creation from nothing into existence. This is an amazing power. Nothing can make this. See, nothing is nothing. Nothing is not darkness. Nothing is not sleep. Nothing is the absence of everything. If you're thinking about nothing and you just close your eyes, think of nothing, you can't. You're still thinking of something. There's a thought in your mind. That's something. Nothing is absolute nothing. It's not even darkness. You think, oh, how is nothing darkness? Like if you don't have light, there's no light there, so there's no thing there. No, even darkness is something. Nothing is absolute nothing. There is absolutely nothing there. And yet Allah says, be, and it is. Kun fayakun. He makes something from nothing. He makes darkness from nothing, and He makes light from nothing. From absolute nothing, we are created. Allah creates elements. He creates atoms. He creates trees. He creates wood. He creates fire. He creates air. He creates oxygen and hydrogen and iron and copper and potassium and iodine, and He creates the entirety of the element table, and He creates quarks, and He creates electrons, and He creates this order, and then everything comes from nothing. And He makes them something. That's the name Al-Bari. He originates things from nothing. He produces them from nothing. And then, not only does He stop there, He gives a shape to everything. Al Musawwir, the fashioner, the shaper. See, not only does He create things with extreme precision, He creates them with beauty. And that beauty is not contradictory with that precision. See, if you talk to an architect and an engineer, because engineers and architects work together when they're building buildings, right? If you talk to an architect and engineer, it's very famously a debate. I say famous between architects and engineers. How architects will always make blueprints that are incredibly crazy. Like it's impossible to build this thing, right? It has all these weird shapes. It has all these weird parts. And it can't stand on its own 2 feet, because the architect is only thinking about beauty, right? I want to make this amazing looking building. And the building looks beautiful, right? It has all these shapes, and this building goes through this building, and there's this walkway that's this part of the building, and it goes through this inside of this building. All this stuff. And engineers will look at the architect's blueprints and will say, it's impossible to build this. Like this will collapse immediately. We can't even get that high, right? And then the engineers say something, and what the engineer says has zero beauty. If the engineer could do what he wanted, every engineer would build a cube as a building, and that's it. Because the cube is the most efficient, the most easy, the most straightforward, the most perfectly organized building, right? Like it's either a building or like a pyramid, like the pyramid. The pyramid doesn't have any overtly beautiful fashioned shapes and decorations on it. It's just a shape. It's a pyramid. Yes, there is an immense design, immense organization. It's so difficult to build something that big, that designed with those heavy things. That's an engineering marble. It's not an architectural marble. An architectural marble requires amazing shapes and beauty on it. Allah, His design, His architectural marvel, and His engineering marvel are not contradictory. Human beings, if we want to make something beautiful, it's not very efficient. If we want to make something efficient, it's not very beautiful. And yet, you look at creation, everything that's beautiful is also intimately, extremely efficient. Not only does He create beautiful birds, every single beauty of every bird He creates has a specific mission, a specific order, a specific job in the hierarchy of birds in the ecosystem. You can spend an entire century just analyzing how beautiful the wings of an eagle is. Amazing beauty. And yet, every feather of every wing of every eagle there is extremely designed to the utmost level to do its job, to be able to fly at the exact speed that it requires, to be able to hunt its prey, to be able to fly at the exact altitude it requires, and on and on and on for every part of creation. From the stars, to the insects, to the eye of a mosquito, to the seed of a pine tree, to the human being's fingers, to a tiger's claws. Every single thing is both beautiful and amazingly organized and efficient. That is the interplay between Allah's names Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, and Al Musawwir. He orders and engineers everything, and He creates everything, originates them from absolute nothingness, and more than that, He fashions and gives them an amazing shape, an amazing beauty. As for man's counsel, man's share in these names, at-takhalluq with these names. Another question, again, how can we do takhalluq with these names? How can I take on the akhlaq of the name of the creator, the originator from nothing? This is a very important principle I'll mention here, and we will keep this in mind for the rest of our exploration of these names. It is that some of these names, the true meaning exists in us, and it applies to Allah in a metaphorical way. And some of them, the majority of them are actually like this, the true meaning exists with Allah, and it only applies to us in a metaphorical way. We've already seen examples of this in the past. I implore you to go back and to analyze which of these names the true meaning exists with us, and the metaphorical meaning exists with Allah. Which of these names, the true meaning exists with Allah, and the metaphorical meaning exists with us. These three names are of this type. The true creator is Allah, the true fashioner is Allah, the true originator is Allah. What about our share? Well, our share of the name Al Musawwir comes from when we can formulate and imagine in our minds the shapes of all these things, the beauty of all these things. Because tafakkur, reflection on Allah's creation, and doing subhan, tasbih of Him. As the Quran says, تُسَبِّحُ لَهُ السَّمَاوَاتُ السَّبْعُ وَالْأَرْضُ وَمَنْ فِيهِنْ وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ. The seven heavens and the earth and everything in between them glorifies Allah with His praise, and there is not a single thing except that it glorifies Allah. Everything glorifies Allah. We have to realize that glorification happens from the very shape that He gave them. If you can look at creation and understand it to such a deep level that you can form these shapes in your mind and you can imagine, and every single time you think of these things, the shape comes in front of you. It's like you're looking at a movie screen, and every single frame of this movie screen, you can say, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, how beautiful the ocean is. Subhanallah, look at how amazing that cheetah is running across the ground. Subhanallah, look at how amazing the eye, the pupil and the iris move and get wider and smaller as the light around it decreases and increases. Subhanallah, look at how amazing the northern lights are as the cosmic rays come and reflect through the atmosphere. Subhanallah, look at how amazing the fish in the deep sea are, and how amazing they have adopted to a life with zero sunlight. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. This ability is cultivated through understanding and learning about nature and studying science. Because science is the study of nature, and nature is the teacher of the name Al Musawwir. The deeper a person understands the secrets of Allah's creation in nature, the deeper he reflects the name Al Musawwir, and the deeper he can understand those tasbih, those praises of creation with their own very own souls. Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari. As for his taking on the akhlaq and the adab of the name Al-Khaliq and Al-Bari, it is metaphorical, yes, but it's a metaphorical sense that is very, very important, and it's vital, extremely vital. It is this: if we can divide the things that man can do, or the things that affect him, impact his life, into two. One, things that he has an impact on. Two, things that he does not have an impact on. Al-Khaliq and Al-Bari apply to the second. You can't change who your mother is. You can't change who your brothers and sisters and siblings are. You can't change the culture you were born in. You can't change your mother tongue, your language, your native language. You can't change the school that you had to go to because life worked that way. You can't change this and that and so many things. But you can change the options and the choices Allah gave in front of you right now. And of the most important of those are your religious duties and your religious obligations. A man's share in the name Al-Khaliq and Al-Bari is this. Al-Bari means originator, brings nothing into existence. You are Al-Bari, or you are reflecting the name Al-Bari, when you bring your ibadah into existence, where you put an immense effort, an immense desire, and then rush to go to bring into existence prayer, bring into existence dua, bring into existence dhikr, bring into existence ilm. If your life doesn't have these things, if we get this book right here and we open it and we say, nothing here exists from salah, nothing here exists from salawat, nothing here exists from dua, from dhikr, from ilm, from i'la'u kalimatullah, none of these exist. Your reflection of the name Al-Bari is when you have the ability to do these things and you bring them into existence. You go and you pray your prayers, and suddenly the book writes in them, he prayed his fajr, his dhuhr, his asr, his maghrib, his isha. And then you go even more, you put in even more effort. See, Allah, this is where the names differ. Allah puts no effort. He says kun, be, fayakun, and it is. There's no tiredness or hardship. For us, we have to put in the effort. We have to wake up at night, do our tahajjud. We have to stop our life halfway through, do our duha. We have to, even after praying 10 rakats in Isha, get up, and again, we're tired, but we get up and we do our 3 rakats of witr. We have to sit there after prayer, put in the effort. The more effort you put in, the more the reward will be. Put in the effort to bring into existence our dhikr and our dua and tasbihat afterwards. And Al-Khaliq, the blueprinting, the designing and the engineering of that is our understanding that ibadah happens in degrees, in order. You put a blueprint for yourself. Do I only do one recitation, one page of recitation of the Quran a day? I will do that for one day. I will do it for 1 month. For 1 month, every day, 1 page. And then I will increase it into the second page. 2 pages every day for another month after that. 3 pages every day after another month after that. Do I not do any tasbihat now? Let me start with one prayer. I will do one prayer. I choose one prayer where I will do my tasbihat afterwards, my dhikr afterwards, my dua afterwards. And then once I get used to that, I'm planning. This is what Al-Khaliq, I'm blueprinting my ibadah. I'm blueprinting my actions, my desires, what I'm trying to get into put into creation, put into existence. I'm blueprinting it. This is why Rasulullah ﷺ says, it is great. Allah likes the action that is few, but literal, right? Few, but a lot, but consistent, more than He does the action that is a lot, but once or twice. If you blueprint your ibadah, you constantly are seeking on another horizon, a better way, a greater increase. You look at the ladder in front of you and you say, I'm going to take this step, and then I'm going to take this step, and you will start increasing to a place. Wait a little bit, and you will never, ever, ever, ever guess the heights that you will find yourself in such a short amount of time. The one who completely embodies these attributes will reach heights unreachable. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا فسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا إلى طاعتك إلى الإيمان الكامل والإخلاص الأتم واليقين التام والأعمال الصالحة. وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. See you guys in the next video.